Welcome to the Hymn of Ash and Echo. Tonight's story is Separation, a descent into panic, darkness, and impossible choices, as a group is torn apart beneath a city overrun by the undead, where every step forward might be the one that leaves someone behind. The gates slammed down, the things spilled into the street, growls filled the night, and Anna ran to the construction site, towards the flaming mass of undead, just as Larry had ordered. "Barry, keep them safe!" Larry's voice cut through the noise. Anna stumbled, spinning on her heel. Larry ran off in the opposite direction. What? Her legs moved of their own volition after him. Barry snatched her. Too rough. Way too rough. She grunted as he spun her around and pushed her, his gun flashing up. Blinding light hit her eyes. Gunshots deafened her. Marty grabbed her arm, and they ran, feet slapping concrete, gunshots echoing around them. She ran as fast as she could, glancing back at Larry fighting for his life, and Tina abandoning him. "That bitch!" Her mind screamed and her legs slowed. She needed to go back and help him. He couldn't die, not now, not after they just lost Janet, not after they finally had a moment. 2 zombies exploded out of the construction site, springing right at them. "Shit!" Leah snarled and charged them. Marty only a step behind. Now was her chance. Now she could turn around and save Larry. She could leave the 3 to take care of themselves. They were more than capable, unlike Tina. Another zombie crashed into Leah. Anna picked her pace up and swung her claw hammer. The claw sank into the thing's ear, ripping it off Leah. Blood splashed the third one's face before Marty's spear tore its eyes out. The flaming zombies kept coming. A scorching wave, burning bright in the night, rushing straight at them. "Barry!" Marty shouted, eyes focused on that mass. "Hurry!" Anna glanced at him, then behind him, at Larry and Tina. Tina was in the truck, and he was climbing into it. A zombie grabbed his leg and pulled. His scream filled the night. "No!" Anna shouted, rushing to him, into the mass of zombies still charging out of the courtyard. Tina's hoe swung down, the prongs tearing into the zombie. Larry disappeared. "Move!" Barry grabbed Anna again, pushing her into the construction site. "He will be fine." "No, we have to," she began, but Barry smacked her, open palm over the head. Anna blinked, totally out of it. "Larry said inside." The man pushed her and ran at the first 2 flaming zombies. Anna didn't watch him fight. She heard the snarls and growls, but all she had eyes for was Larry. The man peeked out of the garbage truck, head raised. "He is alive," she thought, forcing herself back into the moment. Now it was up to her to survive as well. Leah and Marty were already inside, tangled with another zombie. Anna turned to Barry, ready to help him. The man had killed one already and was pushing the other one back. Barry jumped at it, swift and deadly. She barely saw the killing blow. Then he just stood over them, his spear held high, a horde snarling behind him. "Barry, move!" Anna called. But the man stood there, spear raised high, eyes as hard as stones. "Run!" Larry's voice echoed in the night. "Hide! Fool!" Anna glanced at Larry, then back at Barry. He was grinning like a schoolboy. That man, she thought, and ran inside, into a cacophony of echoing snarls, banging doors, and footsteps slapping down the stairs. The sound slammed into her senses, making it hard to think, making it hard to breathe, rooting her in place, in the middle of the hallway on the ground level, eyes darting between rooms and stairs, heart trying to break out of her chest, legs wanting to turn and run back out, into the horde, forward. She almost heard Larry's voice in her head. Move forward, into the incoming danger. She ran to the basement, passing Marty and Leah as the 2 opened an apartment door. "It won't hold," she said. "The horde will get through it." They stared at her, as if she were speaking Spanish. "A garage," she ran on, Barry hot on her heels. The other 2 followed. The four of them reached the first sub-level, and she finally saw her plans flaw. Deep, unbroken darkness stretched before them, around them. The sub-levels had no electricity and no windows to let in light. Glass above them shuddered. The building groaned, and dancing firelight drifted down the staircase, illustrating an empty hallway. Forward, Anna gestured for them to move and took point, her hammer held at the ready, using the railing as a guide. She wanted to run, sprint down the stairs, and put as much distance between them and the horde. But that would be a mistake. The zombies would hear them, rush at them, kill them. Worse, turn them. So Anna stepped slowly, testing every inch of the concrete before committing to the step. The dancing firelight hurt more than it helped. The flash of light burned behind her eyes long after it disappeared, robbing her of any night vision she might have. She lowered her foot down, and for a brief second, there was nothing but air. Then she found the stairs. Anna continued her slow and methodical descent, and so did the others. Leah breathing hot on her neck. Anna shivered, hairs standing on end. She hated it when people came close to her neck. It made her shoulders bunch up involuntarily, made her recoil. She pushed it down, or tried to, as her feet searched for another step. Her feet hit concrete again, and she almost lost her balance. Expecting air and finding solid ground was almost as bad as missing a step. Leah stumbled into her, her spear scraping the wall. All four froze, listening to the snarls and growls, to the sprinting steps and banging doors. They stood there for an agonizing moment, ears strained, listening for a change. There was none. Anna sighed, reaching out to touch the wall, for it to be her guiding star in this darkness. Her hand touched something cold, smooth and metallic. A door. Her hand traced it downwards and found the knob. In her mind's eye, she saw hundreds of zombies on the other side, rushing at them as soon as she opened the door, devouring them. But she also saw the burning ones stumbling down the stairs, seeing them, trapping them. It ended the same way. The only difference? She knew they couldn't take the ones above them, but behind that door, there could be hundreds. Or just two. Anna turned the knob. It clicked, softly. The door swung open, soundlessly. Darkness. Deep, heavy darkness poured out of the room, and with it, moans came. Distant and near, a symphony of suspended death hiding within a cloud of absolute darkness, and one tiny single light, the green exit sign. On the other side of whatever this dark room was, three silhouettes stood beneath it, rocking back and forth. Anna stepped in. A hand stretched out, looking for the wall. This was their only way out, the only path forward, the only way to survive. She leaned her back against the wall and moved, inching right, eyes downcast at the gray concrete at her feet and the terrifying possibility of a bottle, can, hammer, or something else. Something that would make a sound. Silent or loud, short or long, it didn't matter. Any of them would get them killed. Her foot hit something. She froze, peering at it. It was just a shadowy blur sprawled in their way. Anna tapped it again. It was soft and hard at the same time, meaty somehow, like a body. A dead zombie? She thought and tapped it again. The thing didn't move or groan. Yes, a dead zombie. Here? How? Anna glanced around, peering into the darkness. Where were there other humans down here? Leah tapped her shoulder. Anna pointed at the blur and spread her hands to indicate it was big. Leah nodded, passing the information over. Anna turned back to the problem at hand, or at her feet. She tapped it again, tracing the dead body up and down, looking for a way around it or over it. And she found it. Between the dead thing's legs. She placed a foot between its legs and found concrete. Perfect. Something clanked down. Growls tore through the dark, sprinting steps following. Anna's head snapped up, seeing the three zombie silhouettes bolt into the darkness, disappearing from sight. Anna stared at the black wall in front of her, growls, snarls, and sprinting steps filling her ears. "We need to get away," her mind said. "Now!" Her body tensed, feet turning towards the exit sign. They might reach it. Staying here meant sprinting steps rushed at them from the right. Anna's feet rooted in place. Her mind went blank. She froze. The zombie growled, sprinting past. Wind whooshed through her hair. "Move! Run!" her mind screamed. "Now!" But Anna stayed standing still, unable to twitch, let alone run. "No," she heard Larry's voice in her mind again. "Slow and steady," he said. And she nodded, actually nodded, as if he was here with her, next to her, coaching her through this, instead of out there somewhere, bleeding and in pain, with Tina of all people. "Hold on," she thought, and forced her legs to move again, forcing the sprinting steps and rising growls out of her mind. If there was one thing she was always good at, it was ignoring her problems, no matter how big or small. Her fingers brushed the wall, her feet half shuffling, half stepping towards the exit. She would get them there, and then they would get Larry and Tina. Be together again. Slow and steady, she told herself, feeling the rough concrete under her fingers. Step by step, her fingers hit something, cold, hard, and round. They wrapped around it of their own volition door hinge. Where does it lead? She wondered, her back pressed against the cold metal as she pushed forward. Back into the building? Another part of the garage? Maybe an adjacent room? Her fingers slid their way to the keyhole. Her shoulder snagged on something. The door opened, and Anna lost her balance. Hands grabbed her, pulled her in, fingers over her mouth and nose. Anna tried to scream, but no sound came out, and no air rushed in. Barry crashed into them, and his fist flew forward. It connected. The smack echoed in Anna's ears as Barry pulled her back. Marty grabbed her. The door slammed shut. "What the fuck?" said a male voice. But Barry didn't stop. He lunged forward, now armed with a hammer. Leah grabbed him and pulled him back. The man snarled something, shoving her and lunging forward. The light turned on. She cringed away from the light, peering through it at Barry and two strangers, staring each other down. One held his bleeding nose. The other held his hammer high. "Why did you punch me?" the one with the bleeding nose said. Barry didn't respond. His own hammer held high, a screwdriver in the other hand. The man was ready to kill. Thud! A zombie slammed against the door. Then another. And another. "We need to move," said the other stranger, slowly lowering his hammer. "Okay." Barry grunted, but his hammer didn't waver. Thud! Thud! They followed the two men to an adjacent room that smelled of human excrement. Anna gagged, but her spear didn't waver, nor did her eyes. She stared at the man who grabbed her, who pulled her into the room. "How long have you two been here?" Marty asked. "Since the beginning," said the one with the bleeding nose. "Why did you grab me?" she asked, still staring at the man. "To save you," he said. "We don't need saving," Barry snapped. "What was the plan?" said the other one, smirking. "Get out," Anna said. "Yeah, right," he snorted. "Sure. And I plan on charming Sabrina Carpenter next time I see her." Barry's face twitched, stance shifting. His grip on the spear changed. The man was about to start killing. "Let's start from the top," Anna said. "My name is Anna. Who are you?" "Jack," said the one Barry punched. "Otis," said the other one. "Marty." "Leia." Barry remained silent, back still tense, legs in a fighting stance. "So you don't speak, just kill, huh?" Otis asked. "Barry," Anna said. "Lower it for now." "Listen to your girl," Otis said. "Larry's girl," Barry said, lowering the spear. "How do we get out of here?" Through the garage, Jack said, still holding his face. Good, Barry said, looking around. Where is the pissing bucket? Otis pointed at the far corner. Thanks. You move a muscle before I'm back. I'll kill both of you. Jack scowled, then winced in pain. Otis snorted. He is not joking, Leah said. Is there another way to get to the exit? Through the garage? Otis said again. Obviously, Barry said, still not back. But is there a way for us to cover some ground without going through the garage? Anna asked. Yes. Jack trailed off. But? Anna asked. Zombies, Otis whispered. How many? Both men went pale. A muffled thud filled the sudden silence. Then another. How many? Barry asked, walking back, his fly still open. Barry, Leah pointed at it. Oh, I know. I figured some dick waving would calm the situation down. Everybody stared at him. Leah was the only one who laughed. See, calm and speechless. Perfect. And they didn't move. Barry grinned. Not as stupid as you look. Otis's face went dark. How many zombies? Anna asked again. There were 2, but now are 4, Jack whispered. At least. We tried to get out, but... Otis looked down. Chris and Luke didn't make it. We can take 4, Marty said. I think so too, Anna agreed. But what if there are more? Bridge crossing should wait for the bridge, Barry said. Okay, and where would we then get out? What do you mean? Otis asked. We will go around the garage through these adjacent rooms, right? Otis nodded. And then we would go back into the garage to exit it, through the car ramp, right? Barry asked. Both men nodded. How far would we have to go through the garage to get out? 50 feet, the man said. Barry nodded, stuffing a cigarette into his mouth. Doable. Yes, Anna muttered, watching him smoke, and couldn't help but think of Larry. How the two of them usually smoked together. How she wished she could see him, puffing on that disgusting thing, with a far-off look in his eye. Thinking, always thinking, planning. Oh, how she wished he were here. Or at least if she could somehow know if he was alive or not. Call him, to hear his voice. Stupid, she told herself, grabbing her phone. She could just call. One new text awaited her. She opened it and froze. We are alive, it said. Coming for you. Anna's face split into a big grin, almost as manic as Barry's, as she typed back and sent. We are in the basement. Larry? Marty asked. She nodded, watching the text not go through. Why? You have a signal here? Jack jumped forward. The butt of Barry's spear met the man's chest. He stumbled back. No sudden movements, he said, smoke rising from his nose. Got it? Jack caught, still on his ass. That was uncalled for, Otis said. Barry didn't respond, just stared the man down. The thuds filled the silence again. Quite called for, Marty said. We don't know you, and you did introduce yourself by grabbing one of us. We were trying to save you. You can't just... Barry chuckled. What? Jack snapped. I can tell you have been stuck here this whole time. What's that supposed to mean? Can you all shut up? Anna asked, staring at her phone. Why won't it send? We are deep underground, Marty said. No signal. Shit, she muttered, typing another quick text. We are coming up. It too failed to send. But it will, as soon as they leave this hellhole. And she wanted it to be right now. She wanted to rush out, see Larry, hug him, and then slap that stupid Tina for getting him hurt. But that wouldn't be smart. That would cost them too much. We rest for 5 minutes, she said. Then you two show us this other way out. Yes, Lady Larry, Barry grinned, smoke rising from his nose. You've just listened to Separation, Story 10 of the Larry and Barry saga from The Collapse. New stories drop twice a week, and this is the final week where The Collapse pulls double duty with extra episodes. Starting next week, a brand new series begins on the channel. If this story kept you in the dark with us, subscribe and leave a like. If this video reaches 50 likes, another story will drop tomorrow. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.